as he kind of reaches a halfway back position, you can see that there's more weight on his right side, but it does not continue to stay on that right side or get more. Hey golfers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a kind of common misconception in the golf swing that I see a lot of golfers trying to do, and that is loading up on their right side, making it really difficult to shift our weight back into impact. So if you are somebody who is wondering about weight shift or struggling or just not sure how to shift your weight, we're going to look at that in today's video using some tour examples and also a really cool drill that I want you to try, which will really take care of your weight shift in your golf swing. Okay, guys, so thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know in the comment where all of you are tuning in from. And let's get started. So when we talk about weight shift, we're talking the side to side motion. If you imagine a scale under this foot and a scale under this foot, we're tipping the weight in favor of one scale versus the other. Okay, so the side to side motion, and we do need that in the golf swing. We're going to look at what a lot of golfers try and do, and this has been a thing that's gone around for years, but now that we can actually measure what the pros do, we realize that that's not actually what is happening. Okay, so a lot of golfers are setting up to the golf ball, and we'll use this front on view, and they're swinging away to the top, trying to load all of their weight up onto the right side. Now, driver, maybe okay, you can get away with that, but when it comes to irons and you think about the impact position that we're trying to achieve with our weight on our left side, and we'll get more detail out of that in a second. Left side, kind of got our ankle, knee, hip, shoulder lined up. We got some shaft lean. There has to be some transfer towards the target for that to happen. And the golf swing is so quick, the downswing is over like that. If we load up on this side here, doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's very difficult to make that big travel right the way back over to essentially get in front of the golf ball, hit the ball first, and then the ground, compressor irons, all those great things. Okay, so let's take a little look at what the tour pros do. They do shift to the right, but not in the way that you might think. So let's take a little look at that. So we're going to use Scotty Scheffler as an example. I know looking at Scotty's swing, we're not going to copy his footwork, but what we are going to do is going to look at his kind of weight shifting throughout his golf swing, okay? And it is a little bit funny. We know that Rory does this. I mean, pretty much all tour players will do this, okay? So it's definitely going to help you. And plus, as I say, at the end of this video, I've got a nice little drill that'll help you do it and really, really help your golf swing. Okay, so as we set up to the golf ball, we can see that Scotty's around 50-50 weight on his feet, okay? Now, the really interesting thing is, as he kind of reaches a halfway back position, you can see that there's more weight on his right side, but it does not continue to stay on that right side or get more. What is happening right around the midway point, as he's got a little bit more weight here, he's starting to do what's called recentering, and he is going this way now. So essentially, he's starting his weight shift before the backswing completes. So there's a little bit of kind of movement midway through on the right. It's starting to shift back. At the top, he's around 50-50, okay? Now, this is where it gets really good. Because he had that little trigger halfway back being here, and he started momentum going, that's going to continue forward into impact, where we can see him around about 70% on his lead side, and then through into the follow through with around 90 on his lead foot. So kind of look at that movement. There's a little bit of right, left, and continue. Okay, so we'll see that if you watch golf swings on TV. Rory's a prime example. Rory really does it as well. You can see around this halfway position, he's a little bit this way, and then he's starting to recenter. Okay, and then on, because that momentum happened halfway back, he's able to continue that going on forward. It's very difficult if we get to the top and we're all on this side, plus the downswing hasn't started yet with the body. It should start a little earlier. So let's look at the drill to try and get this weight shift simplified, and a nice little drill that you can apply on the range just to start to feel what exactly is going on with this weight shift. So just to start proceedings, we're going to take the club out of the way for a second. You're going to go into your golf posture, and you're going to let your arms kind of dangle in front of you. I don't want you to kind of actively pull with your arms, any tension. They're just relaxed, kind of like jelly worms or something, okay? So what we're going to do to initiate this swing, kind of a trigger, there's a little bit of a pressure, like a bump to the left. I'm going to exaggerate these, okay? Bumps to the left, goes back to the right. So left, right, okay? And you can see that I have got my hands halfway back and I've now got some pressure on this side. But I didn't just go that way. There was a little bump back, bump into the left, back, hands in front of the chest, okay? Now, at this point, once you kind of master that little bit, this is also helping sequencing as well. It's not just about weight shift. So we're here, little bump left trigger. Doesn't have to be when you're hitting golf shots that you're like this and then this. It's just a kind of feeling. I want you to be loose with this. We're moving a little bit side to side, okay? So trigger left, back to here. Now, what I want to do next is you've done your right side weight shift. You're maxed out here. As your arms kind of are loose and continue to travel up, we're going to start shifting that weight back into the left, okay? Really tricky to coordinate this at first, but I promise you, it's going to give you a really nice sensation of this moving side to side. And because the arms are like jelly, we're going to be able to generate speed and everything. Don't tense these up when you're doing this drill, okay? We'll introduce the club in a second. So we have little bump back through. Now, as you get past this point, this is when the weight's starting to go back into that left and then through into a finish 90. That foot will essentially be able to lift off the ground. You keep the arms loose. You'll be amazed at how much speed you can kind of get these arms firing through at when they're loose. So there, and through, okay? Really nice sequence. We watch golfers on TV, and I'll put posts on YouTube and things like that, and people say, well, I can't move like them, but you can. If you're kind of loose here and you just let your body kind of travel, you will find that you can really sequence the body so much better and take care of that weight shift, okay? So what we're going to do, conscious not to hit a golf ball towards my window. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that wouldn't be good for the marriage. So we're here, club in our hand, arms loose. Don't try and yank this thing back with your arms. It's literally flopping around for the ride, okay? So little left, this way. So left, right, through, there. Okay, being very loose. Trigger, back, through. And I'll try and put this in slow-mo. Left, back, through. If you're anything like me and you like to wear a good quality leather glove when you're playing golf, but don't fancy paying a high price tag for it only to fall apart in about 3 shots, well, go and check out my channel sponsors page, gxgolfgloves.com. Use code David at checkout and you'll save yourself a nice little bit of cash as well. So you can kind of see how, as I'm doing this, the weight's maxed out here, moving across, club's lagging behind, into good impact. There's no real hitting involved. We're swinging this golf club now because we're letting our weight shift do it. And you can see the downswing is starting with my body before this club is completely going back, okay? If you stuck around this long, appreciate it. It's quite technical. Once you get your head around it though, it'll make perfect sense, all right? So let's try a shot, and we're gonna hit one here. Get a little feel for it first. So slight bit left, back right, continues up, lower body goes. Okay. And that felt pretty good. And we'll pull up some of the TrackMan numbers on that just to check and see the speed and things like that. Okay, guys. So what the pros do versus what a lot of us other golfers do is a big difference. And weight shift is not shifting the weight way onto our right side and trying to get back. We're going to try and do it this way. Little trigger left, back, start, and go. Okay, guys? Let me know in the comments how you get on with this video. I think it'll really help you. You should see that swing speed increase, the sequencing increase, and also the strike because you're transferring your weight much better. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.